Every evening, as the city sighed under the weight of its own indifference, Brian climbed to the rooftop of his apartment and counted stars.
He called it a ritual, a quiet escape, a way to breathe. But truthfully, he was measuring his own insignificance. Up there, beneath the stars, he could admit it to himself. That aching question no one else seemed to ask. What happened to the person I was supposed to become?
At 29, Brian's life was a pattern. Spreadsheets no one read, takeout boxes, and a silence that filled even the brightest days.
He moved through crowds like a ghost. Seen, but never truly noticed.
In school, he was gifted. Brilliant, they said. Someday, you'll change the world.
But someday had quietly become today. And today was just emails, commutes, and the steady erosion of wonder. Each night, he stared at the stars and asked the question that hollowed him out. Is this it?
In a world moving so fast, he felt like background noise. Not unhappy, just unnoticed. And that felt worse.
At times, he'd catch his reflection, a man divided between who he was and who he thought he'd be. The city twinkled below, full of motion, full of noise, but none of it reached him. Some nights he wrote notes to himself. Do something big. Be someone. Most of those notes ended up in the trash. He scrolled endlessly. Other people starting companies, writing books, changing lives. And he felt left behind. The stars moved. Time moved. Everyone else moved. Except him.
Is this it? He asked again. And the stars said nothing.
He didn't need answers. He needed meaning. One evening, after another meeting that drained the color from his soul, he found something different waiting for him on the rooftop. Brian hesitated. This is usually my spot. The old man smiled without turning. It belongs to the stars, he said. We're all just visiting. So Brian stood beside him. Two strangers. Two quiet lives. One sky. He whispered, barely audible. I thought I'd be more by now. The old man nodded. You fear being average. Brian laughed bitterly. Is it that obvious? It's that common, the old man replied. They fell into silence again. Above them, a plane blinked its way across the dark, a lost thought in motion. Did you ever feel that way? Brian asked. All the time, the man said, until I realized I had no idea what average really meant. Brian frowned. It means ordinary, forgettable, background noise. The old man shook his head. No, it means you're standing on the shoulders of 1,000 others who made your life possible. Brian stared at his hands. The same hands that once drew dreams, now only holding doubt. I wanted to be something more, he whispered. Then be, the man said. Not for applause, not for legacy, but because it's who you are. Brian turned to ask another question. But the old man was gone. Only the chair remained, bathed in moonlight. On it, a folded note. It read, There's no shame in being one light among millions. What matters is that you shine at all. That night, Brian didn't count the stars. He just let 'em be. He walked down the rooftop stairs, not with answers, but with peace. Not everyone is born to light the whole sky, but even a single flicker in the dark can mean the world to someone. That night, Brian didn't count the stars. He just let them be. And for the first time in years, he let himself be, too.